Stephen, can you speak to us about some of the research that ABP support?
Yes, so first of all, the whole area of sustainability of our supply chain is nothing new. We embarked on a journey 7 years ago with ICBF and Teagasc. It was a collaborative programme on the whole area of dairy beef. And why? We seen that the quotas were going to be abolished in 2015. So we were on the cuffs of expansion of the dairy side. So we wanted to find out how is that going to impact our suppliers, our farmers, economically, and how is that going to maybe impact our product that we're going to get into our factories and also our customer. So I suppose from there we actually developed and set up our own ABP trial farm down in Carlow with 300 acres, and from there we looked at basically following the life of our animals right through to slaughter. And I suppose to give you kind of a scope of the programme, to date we've roughly 3,000 animals gone through that farm, and a further 2,000 through another research farm in Teagasc. So it's a big project. And what does the results look like? So I suppose if we first look at economics, so for a farmer, if he was to buy calves, some bull A versus bull B, there is a financial advantage to him of €200. So if you think of the whole economic sustainability, that's ticking that box. Mm-hmm. We then looked at taking it a step further, and a proportion of animals went into Tully, which is an independent research centre for measuring feed intake, and want to see what was the impact of genetics. And what we found, if you look within the Angus breed, that if we were to finish animals, again looking within the Angus breed from bull A versus bull B, to put on 100 kilos of live weight, it could take 332 kilos more feed to put on that gain. And if you think that if you had 100 animals, that's 33 tonnes. So if you think economically, that's over €9,000. And then you have to think of the whole environmental, to how much it would have cost to produce that feed. So massive gains there. And then recently we've took it a step further, and we want to say, right, what is the impact of genetics in enteric methane production? It's the buzzword and something we have to really work on and do our fair share as one of the leaders in the beef industry. And what we found, if we take within breed, there's a 17% difference or reduction in, we'd say, genetics. So our bulls with the best genetics are producing 17% less enteric methane. If we then looked across our other breeds, there was a 28% reduction. And then we looked at, right, based on the ABP trial farm, they were killing our animals roughly 22 months. What was the impact if compared to national? So we found there's a 36% reduction in enteric methane due to genetics and the production system. So it's a really positive story for the Irish beef industry.
Absolutely, and it's research that's really practical, and it will affect farmers, as you say. It ensures their economic sustainability and with regards to methane emissions. So how do you communicate those results to farmers?
So I suppose first of all, we can't do it alone. Mm-hmm. So collaboration. So we're linked with Teagasc and ICBF. They're very independent. So they're the ones, they're more experts in their field of getting this information out. The second thing we do, we don't hold the information. So it's basically all information every month, any weights, any information goes into the ICBF's genetic evaluations and database, so we share all the information. And also what we do, COVID has made it a little difficult, but we try to get people onto the farm to show what we're doing. The farm it's not owned by us, it's a family-run farm. It's a typical Irish farm, so at least farmers can see what we're doing, see the genetics, and not just genetics, other things like grassland management. This is how we do it, or these are the pros and cons. So that's how we find to try and get the information out.
Absolutely. And I suppose ABP's success is dependent on the success of Irish farmers, and it's great to see you guys supporting Irish farmers and ensuring a sustainable future for us.
Look, absolutely. We've done a lot of work internally, and we found that up to 90% of our carbon is actually comes from our cattle. So for us to make real change, to drive down our carbon emissions as a company, we need to work with our farmers, work with the likes of Teagasc and ICBF to basically educate farmers and to try and drive down their carbon emissions. And the other thing I suppose is very important, it needs to be done in economics and the environment can go hand in hand. And I think we're showing that.
Absolutely, that's fantastic. Thank you so much, Stephen, for talking about your wonderful sustainability mission. And it's great to see such a big company giving back to the Irish farmer and supporting them as we all go through this journey to become more sustainable.